58% of jobs in India are in the agricultural field. This information is stated by Mr. Manita, who has a PhD as a research scholar, and Dr. Neda Moran, who is on the Department of Commerce at Alagappa University. And they say this in the Agrium Journal, which was published in 2020. Agriculture is a big part of all of our lives here in suburban Mazeppa. All of us know of someone whose livelihood depends on agriculture. Although India may seem far removed from us here, we all have something in common with the people of India. Our lives depend on agriculture. India's economy is not too reliant on agriculture. First, I will talk about the different types of agriculture in India. Second, I will discuss the statistics of agriculture's imprint on the Indian economy. And finally, I will give some ways to introduce ways to improve their economy and their agriculture. We will begin by looking at the different unique types of agriculture to get a basic idea of what they do. Throughout the world, there are many different types of agriculture due to different climates and different wants and needs and goals of the farmers. In India, there are 8 basic types. The first type is subsistence cultivation, which is basically where you grow grains just to sustain you and your family. You're not looking to trade or sell any of your produce. The second type is moving agribusiness, which is where you clear land of trees and anything that can disrupt production, and you grow a crop there until the soil isn't rich and fertile anymore, and then you move and do that somewhere else. The third type is concentrated horticulture, which is where you use everything that you have to boost production and just overall be more efficient, whether that's with technology or better workers. The fourth type is broad agribusiness. This is where you completely use technology instead of actual human laborers. This can make it more efficient and you can get more production with less. The fifth type is trade farming, which is where you have a goal that whatever you produce, you're going to either trade for something that you need in return or sell for more money. The sixth type is estate horticulture. This is generally used for crops that have a longer time that they need to grow and need more space to grow. The last 2 types are related more to different climates. The first of those 2 is arid soil cultivating, which is in more dry climates, and so you have to choose crops for your climate. And then the second type is the opposite. It's called drenched mud cultivating and is for the more wet, rainy, muddy climates. So you have to make sure that the crop you're producing is able to grow in those climates. Now that we know the different types of agriculture, we can talk about agriculture's imprint on the Indian economy. Agriculture obviously has a very large footprint in the Indian economy. Agriculture helps with the expanding population of India. As it is getting larger, it provides not only the necessities like food and water and clothing, but also jobs and money. It also helps develop the government by them getting used to trading and exports and imports, which can help them in other sectors of their economy. Ashutosh Upadhyaya, head of Division of Land and Water Management, and Anil Singh, who is on the Indian Council of Agri-Research for the Eastern Region, in the Journal of Agri-Research published in 2020, say that agriculture contributes $400 billion total to the economy, which also contributes about 35% of the national income and 14% of the national gross domestic product. India has the 3rd best and 5th largest economy throughout the world. Sheetal Giri, who has a PhD in food engineering and technology, in the Ayushi International Interdisciplinary Journal, which was published in 2021, says that 70% of rural households depend strongly on agriculture, which could be for food and water as well as jobs and money. Now that we know that agriculture contributes to most of the money to India's economy and takes up a lot of the workforce, we can talk about ways that they can improve not only their economy but their agriculture as well. Relocation of the workforce to other sectors of the economy can help make sure that jobs are still available, as employment dependency can no longer rely as strongly on agriculture since new technology is being introduced. The government is also trying to pass laws and bills to increase the income of farmers and agricultural exports and imports So the farmers will be making more money and be able to afford the expensive technology, and workers will get laid off and they will have to rely on other sectors of the economy for jobs. First, I talked about the different types of agriculture in India. Second, I talked about agriculture's imprint on the Indian economy, and finally, I gave some ways that they can improve their economy and their agriculture. India's economy is not too reliant on agriculture. Although there is 58% of the workforce is in agriculture, this gives a strong base for their future endeavors.
524.